And we're back to learning Photoshop in a year, day 288. Let us talk about the pencil tool. You will find where the brush tool is. B is the short key for that toolbox. Just right click on it and select the second tool right here. The functionality is almost the same. We have a couple of less options, but it's almost the same. It simply gives you a different ballpoint, you could say. So with the brush, it tries to imitate the behavior of a brush. And with the pencil, it's the more strict behavior that you know from a real life pencil. First option drop-down should be empty by default, and then you have size, hardness, and the preset adjustments right here. And here it's important to know that besides the size, you can't really adjust it that much, so the hardness doesn't make a difference here. Let me get back to the brush and I show you just as a reminder how the hardness makes a huge difference for that. So here is 100% hardness, and 0% would then feather it out. And we don't have that behavior with the pencil. Then we have the blending modes. These are the same as we've got them here for the layers. Then opacity is simply the transparency of what you draw here. Let me, for example, give that a different background. I'll make it green, and then let me paint over it on a new layer. That's transparent by default. I use a bluish color, and you can see with 100% opacity we see the full blue, and the further we go down, the more the green blends through. Then we have the smoothing, and that is simply kind of like a delay. So when you left click drag and then you move your mouse, you can now set here how much or how far is going to delay your mouse movement. With 100% is the maximum, so you're going to get a bigger delay. If you go down, the delay gets smaller. Usually you want to have that set from 0 to 10%. That should be good. Then there's an angle. It doesn't have a huge impact here either. It's just for the ball pen. The only specific feature for this pencil tool is the auto erase. And it simply means that when you draw on a pixel, basically everything here on the canvas is a pixel. In this case, it's white pixels for the background, and we're painting on it with a black foreground. But let's just say we have a black background and we paint over it with black. When the auto erase is checked, this will actually erase the background pixels because they have the same color as what we're drawing here. So this is kind of like a pixel replacement, and that's needed for creating, for example, more complex pixel art, editing sprites, stuff like that. In a beginner, I would just advise you to leave that unchecked. Next to it, there's an option for these graphic tablets if you've got one, and then we have a symmetry option, but this option is not pencil specific. You can also use that for the brush, and I'm going to talk about that in a later video, so we're going to omit that here. In general, the brush and the pencil compared, you should always use the brush for these basic adjustments in Photoshop, because this gives you a smooth, natural blending paints, and it imitates a real paintbrush. So this for paintings, illustrations, soft shading, skin retouching. And a pencil tool, this gives you more a hard, pixel perfect drawing. It imitates a pencil and is more interesting for pixel art and pixel level editing. Hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.